Wild West Bass, here we come, baby.
Welcome to a special episode of the Wild West Bass Trail. For the first time in Wild West Bass Trail history, we are in the great state of Washington on the Columbia River.
Oh, everybody's a stick. I mean, if you make it the final day on the river, you've done something.
Oh, he's huge.
This is the Columbia River Open presented by Tri-Cities, Washington.
Got him.
This is a good one.
The Columbia River is the largest river in the Pacific Northwest, and it's home to some incredible trout and salmon fishing. But the largemouth and smallmouth bass that thrive in this river are just as impressive. On the first day of competition, Jake Boomer set the bar with a 19.08 pound limit of bass. Keegan Graves trails in second place with 18.93 pounds. Ben Haynes, Mel Williams, and Bryant Smith round out the top 5 spots heading into the second day on the Columbia River.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're in day one, you got to at least try again. You know, if you're the day one leader, I think you got to try again. But I'm quick to abandon ship if I have to as well, you know, just to keep going fishing, because I don't think with the way fishing was in practice, and you know, that you can really lean on anything one way or another. I think to do really well in this tournament, you're going to have to kind of find out what's developing, you know, after. Yesterday was a great largemouth day, but I don't think there's a lot of largemouth in this lake to sustain another day of beating like that. So they came up here, and this is the first time I've led a Pro-Am, so it feels, there's a lot of butterflies, but it feels pretty cool. I definitely would rather be leading and not having to figure out how to play catch up at the end.
Yeah, it kind of seems like junk fishing overall for the river. My better fish have been on like power fishing, throwing spinner baits, chatter baits, top water, stuff like that. That's how I'm hoping to get them today.
We kick off the action on the Columbia River with third place angler Ben Haynes. Ben starts today fishing inside a secluded area of Casey's Pond.
It's a tugger. Okay, get that thing. There we go.
Jump in.
It's about 2.5, but not huge. But if I get 5 like that, you know, I think I'll be okay. I have two decent fish, one real good one, and a couple little guys that I'm gonna get rid of here, hopefully here shortly. Usually if there's fish right here, it'll load up. So they school up out here because there's a lot of bait. There's a lot of perch. See, like that ingrid over there? That's a fish feeder bird right over there. And you like to watch, see it just dove and it's looking for bait. Smallmouth will be out here doing the same thing.
General Tire Pro Angler Ty Au made the 1,200-mile journey from Arizona just to compete on this fishery.
And what I'm doing is I'm swimming this black hair jig. It's a marabou jig. And again, they think it's just some kind of bait fish. And again, I've been here for a while, so I'm trying to show a different bait every now and then. But my primary deal has been a crankbait, and then a Kitech swim bait. Caught some on a jerk bait. Yesterday, caught them on top water. I mean, you name it. I mean, pretty much everything was working, and you just have to alternate through lures, and you'll pick up, you know, 1 or 2 here and there, and just change lures, keep on changing, keep on moving. It was the idea to throw 5-pound tests. Oh yeah, he's good. I don't think it'll help. Come on, hair jig. Fun one though.
Currently in 9th place, Mitch Ratchford is looking for the big bites to keep himself in the top 10.
These Columbia River smallmouth, and I was going to target smallmouth. They're just so aggressive right now. They're kind of like mad at the world after spawning, and they'll just attack almost anything. I've been fishing, well, you guys see, I've been fishing really shallow. I mean, that fish I just caught there was probably in a foot of water. So yeah, just fishing shallow and Mainly isolated rock piles I like, and underwater road beds, and it helps to know the river. There's another good one. Net. I don't want to break off my spinnerbait. Oh. She's fat.
The Tri-Cities Open on the Columbia River is just getting started. The Wild West Bass Trail will be right back.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
At Mercury, we've spent 844,419 hours reshaping power. And this will give you powers you never knew you had. Powers over Mother Nature, powers over the laws of physics, even the power to impress your kids. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury 4-stroke. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
We've paired one of the most iconic hulls in the history of bass boats with a proven lineup of trusted accessories. We're bringing you best-in-class value and performance, leaving others in your wake. Turnkey value, turnkey performance. The Pantera 2 is an overachiever in the 19-foot category. Once you hit the throttle, you'll feel the rush, and there's no looking back.
The Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, anywhere is possible. Super Clean, super fast, super easy, super clean. Gary Yamamoto Custom Baits, because what you fish matters. And by P-Line. Here on the Columbia River in the Tri-Cities region, the bass are now in post-spawn. The bite is tougher, but that's not going to stop these anglers from catching them. In the back of Casey's Pond, Ben Haynes is looking for a big largemouth to help him move up the leaderboard.
Pulling off the bank a little bit, you know, as the year gets later, they kind of move, and, you know, just like down south, you got those offshore weeds. You know, these largemouth like those too. Up here, it's the same thing, just a different part of the country. And, you know, just throwing a moving bait or a Cinco over these offshore weeds can do the trick, and that's, you know, kind of what I've been doing. You know, those big bass are feeding on perch. They're looking for a little bit deeper water too, or, you know, something that's close to deep water. Slowly getting there. This will be maybe a tiny upgrade. I'll probably keep it. So.
This time of year, the fish are kind of coming out of the spawn and they don't go to the current. And so you have to find them just outside of the current. And sometimes that makes it tough because they're kind of lethargic anyway, and there's not a ton of places that are out of current. You know, you have so many rivers coming together. In the fall, these fish will get in the current, and it's really fun. They start to group up and you can catch a ton of them. But right now, it's kind of picking apart one fish, two fish. You don't really get onto a group of them. I got onto a group of largemouth because the water was low yesterday, but they dispersed as soon as the water came up today.
Bryant Smith, a two-time Wild West Bass Trail champion, is fishing around Foundation Island, mixing lures between a small swim bait and a jig.
I didn't get a lot of bites, but the quality was really good with what I was doing. I was just throwing a chatterbait in some grass line edges and catching smallmouth. It was really kind of seemed backwards to me. And then today we got the wind and sunny skies, we got smallmouth wetter, and now I can't catch them. Oh, he's huge. That's a fish though. Not what we're looking for, but it's a fish. It's number 5.
I mean, that's the thing with smallies. They roam, they move around so much. You just have to, oh, there you go. No, I think it's a small one. Oh, there's more with him. Go ahead and cast. Go ahead and cast. Go ahead. Just flip it out there. So I'm trying to help him get a limit as well. He's sitting in 10th, hoping to see him in the top 10. So I'm keeping this fish down there. Hopefully that another one will swim up and grab it from him. Oh, got him. Nice. Good job. Swing him in. Good job, buddy. There we go. That's his 5th one. How cool is that? That was cool, man.
That's how you do it.
Hey, 5th fish. Good job, man. Got my man Brandon over here's limit fish. And again, what I did was, again, they're schooling up. That seems to be a small school. They're probably 10 inchers, but there's no limit here. Every ounce counts in this game.
Currently in 9th place, Mitch Ratchford is fishing in the Snake River arm.
We was like in a little eddy area, and there's a underwater pea gravel hump. Everything else around there's hard rock, and they hang out on that pea gravel. And they're always there. They're usually not that big. And I was lucky to catch a 3.5, 3 3/4 pounder with you in the boat. So I caught it on a spinnerbait. It was about a foot of water. It was really shallow. And it jumped a lot. It was exciting.
After a full day of fishing, it's time for our anglers to head to the scales at the Columbia Point Marina and find out who will be fishing on Championship Sunday. Mel Williams moved up from 4th place to the lead after bringing in another 18-pound limit across the scales. Ty Au sneaked into the top 10 cut with a 2-day weight of 29 pounds.
Well, the sticks out here feels pretty good. You know, there's quite a good group of anglers here. Some of the best I've ever seen. You know, they know this river. It'd be a tough day tomorrow as well. Oh, it always feels good to be up top, right?
The top 10 pro and co-anglers have been set for the Tri-Cities Open on the Columbia River. Championship Sunday of the Wild West Bass Trail is right after this.
At Mercury, there are no limits to the lengths we'll go to make sure you have no limits either. Unlimited adrenaline. Unlimited fun. Unlimited weekend. Except maybe having to go home eventually. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
General Tire was born more than 100 years ago, right here in America. We've spent the last century tackling every kind of road this country has to offer, and especially the places without roads. So you know that with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Hey everyone, Super Clean Pro Alex Klein here. First thing I do when I get off the water, grab a bottle of Super Clean. Take a couple sprays, spray it on your boat, grab a rag, quick wipe down. Works super fast and super easy. Keeps your boat looking sharp on and off the water. I highly recommend a bottle of Super Clean today.
We've paired one of the most iconic hulls in the history of bass boats with a proven lineup of trusted accessories. We're bringing you best-in-class value and performance, leaving others in your wake. Turnkey value, turnkey performance. The Pantera 2 is an overachiever in the 19-foot category. Once you hit the throttle, you'll feel the rush, and there's no looking back.
Yeah, it's definitely changing every day, but you just kind of got to move with them.
You know, it's, fishing for the largemouth has been my goal so far. I'll keep going. The pattern's looking good. I got some good spots still. Hopefully they produce well.
hopefully we can catch them pretty good today. I mean, wind's gonna blow, so we're gonna fight it. Be down there trying to catch them.
You know what? I'm actually growing to love this place. It's kind of like the California Delta, which is my favorite fishery, but this place has smallies.
Water's a little high today, so it's going to open up some possibilities that may not been there before.
Instead of catching 12 pounds and finishing 7th, I'm going to try and catch 20 and finish first.
It always feels good to be leading. Always feel good when someone's chasing you, all right?
Mel Williams has a 2-pound lead over the rest of the field. However, the anglers in the top 10 are some of the best in the West and are looking to shake up the leaderboard. Currently in second place, Mitch Ratchford starts Championship Sunday looking for a big bite to catch Mel Williams.
In the morning, they just start eating it in the afternoon. They like that little tiny swim bait. And then when the sun got up, I started throwing the bigger swim bait. Out there, it's just a big, huge flat right there. You can't even run across there. And the fish spawn there, and after they spawn, they come right here to this current edge. Smallmouth like it like yesterday where I caught them, where the water's blowing up on the point. The current is washing up on the point. And they move up there really shallow to feed.
Currently in 4th place, Dave Crum is battling through the tough wind conditions on the Columbia River.
Little guy, but I'll use him to get rid of yellow. Come on. Right on, thank you. Huh, real little guy.
Jake Boomer and his co-anglers start Championship Sunday back in Casey's Pond.
The largemouth stuff looks good, but the simple truth is I might have just caught them all. There wasn't very many of them, I don't know. But we stayed on them for a while, but the wind was blowing the wrong direction. It was really hard to fish. The water's still up a little too high to kind of concentrate them, and I kind of feel like I need that. So we're hunting to catch a good smallie. We caught a big smallie here yesterday that saved our butts. But I definitely think, I mean, the weights were lower yesterday, and I think that's because those largemouth didn't bite the way they did the first day. And I think a couple guys got on some pretty good smallie stuff when they could get out to the smallie areas and really hunt around and find them. It doesn't seem like these smallmouth are very deep. They haven't gone to the current yet, so you can't get out off and fish for them. So when you got a 4-footer blown into a bank, 4-foot waves going into a bank, it's really hard to fish for them. It's really hard to stand in your boat, let alone cast and fish. Heaven forbid you catch one.
Some scattered boulders down here and little patches of gravel. It's just kind of we're not really on an island, but we're on a shallower spot. 20 feet, it drops off in both directions. And there's just some scattered boulders. Fish will get out here and roam around them sometimes. Just trying to drag my tube through there and coerce a couple of them into biting. There's one. Nice, thank you.
Championship Sunday on the Columbia River is just getting started. The Wild West Bass Trail will be right back.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
When shooting extreme long range, I can always depend on my Macmillan ELR Beast.
Macmillan fiberglass stocks, molding the way America shoots.
At Mercury, we put our newest engine through 3,286 of our roughest tests ever. Because once you're on the water, we want to make sure it's ready to give you thousands of your smoothest experiences ever. Introducing the all-new V8 Mercury VERADO. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
Hey guys, Vince Hurtado here with Super Clean. As an avid angler, I'm on the water all the time, and we are all faced with our favorite fish scent that gets onto our carpet, stains it. What I like to do, make it super easy on yourself, take some Super Clean, just a few shots, and let it sit for just about 5 to 10 seconds just to let it get in the carpet. Take a damp cloth, microfiber, and just start scrubbing it out. And you'll see within seconds, that stain is gone. Super easy, super fast, super clean. Look for it at your favorite retailer or online store.
The Wild West Bass Trail is brought to you by Mercury Marine, Go Boldly, Bass Cat, Feel the Rush, Fitzgerald Fishing, Not Just Another Rod, Power Pole, Swift, Silent, Secure, and by Protect the Harvest. It's Championship Sunday of the Columbia River Open presented by Tri-Cities Washington. The top 10 anglers who made the final cut are fighting for the top prize of $10,000 and title of champion. We continue the action with 4th place angler Dave Crom.
So far I've been just battling the wind, trying to fish where I can. Hopefully it lets up. Hopefully we get just a little window where it lets up a little bit so I can get on some stuff where I think I can catch some better fish. Just got little ones right now, one okay one. The rest of them I'd be embarrassed away. Just gonna keep doing the same thing the rest of the day, bouncing around, trying to run into a group of fish that's ready to bite. Wait for that wind to die down.
9th place angler Mark Lippincott is currently fishing near an island, trying to move up the leaderboard on Championship Sunday. As Mark continues to work near the Snake River arm, 4th place angler Dave Crom has found a small school of bass.
Feels like a better one than I'm.
Where do you go, 13?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a better one. Nice. Thanks, bud. Not a bad one, 2 3/4 anyway.
Current leader Mel Williams has been using a spinnerbait along the banks of the Walla Walla River arm, catching the large bass of the Columbia River. Coing the Ray Kawabata reels in another 2-pound bass just before weigh-in.
Thank you very much. Probably the same one that bit before. Small male.
There you go.
It's time to wrap up the Columbia River Open presented by Tri-Cities Washington and see who will walk away with the title of champion. First up to the scales, the co-anglers. Josh Roy beats out Ben Warren by 1/10 of a pound to win on the amateur side of the Columbia River Open.
Great job, sir.
Now it's time for the pro anglers to weigh in and crown a champion. First up to the scales is 10th place pro angler Ty Al.
And Ty called him today. Good job, Mr. Ty. Good bag of fish on a tough day. 1483, Ty, 1483.
Ty Al takes over the hot seat as Mark Lippincott's 12.36-pound limit is not enough to move up the leaderboard. Cody King is up next. Cody needs 14.6 pounds to take the lead. The hot seat rotates again as Jeremy Persifield brought in 15.37 pounds.
Take the lead, looks like with that. How about 1537? 1537, new leader, sir.
Again, the hot seat is overthrown. Justin Campbell now takes the lead with a 3-day total of 45.71 pounds.
1354, we got 1435, 1435.
The next 4 anglers in line did not have enough weight in their limits of bass to take the hot seat away from Justin. That leaves just one angler left to weigh in. Day 2 leader, Mel Williams. Mel needs 8 pounds to win the Columbia River Pro-Am Open.
That's a toughie there. Let's see what the weight is. New champion here, 1492 today. Great job, Mel.
Mel Williams wins on the Columbia River with a 3-day total of 51.76 pounds. Mel backed up his weekend by bringing in 18 pounds on the first 2 days of the tournament.
Today went pretty well. You know, I stopped kind of close by today, trying to do a couple of large spots that I've done well at before. After that, I went down, I went for a long run. Well, we were probably about 30 miles. And we fought the waves. I was pretty soaked, so was my co-angler, but it paid off for us. Oh man, this is a great river. You know, like I said, I can't say enough about this river. You know, it's always there's big fish. There's a lot of fish. You know, you look at that largie I caught. You know, 4 or 5 pounds. You do have your challenges. You do have wind. You have current. Water levels dropping and rising. That's great. You know, that's the thing. Is first. You're always going to be the first, right? It's a great feeling.
And the Yamamoto bait's toe to the tournament went to Keegan Graves, who brought in a 6.96 pound largemouth on the first day of competition. Next time on the Wild West Bass Trail, the top pro and co-anglers throw down in the Lucas Oil Western Classic.
Lucas Oil.